Hello and welcome to Geforce Now Thursday. And all I'm going to say is, oh my God, we have a lot to talk about, but we're not going to spend ages here talking about it because we want you guys all to be involved. So we're going to give you the rundown, and later on today we will be doing a live stream to actually go through with everybody what the news is and get everybody's reaction, because this has some serious repercussions out there and some real big things are, I think people are going to be surprised. So Barry, do you want me to kick it off? And
yeah, let's kick it off. All I can say is, it's a. I think to quote you, it's an absolute bonkers piece of news for the week. And come back and join us in 5 hours when we do GFN Thursday live, because you'll want to be here for that conversation.
Yep. So we'll start off with, we'll go for the headline, which I know a lot of people are going to pick up on. A lot of people have been asking, how are GFN going to make money? Well, we have now got our answer, how they're going to make their money. If you are not a founder, we'll come back to the founders. The price is going to be going up to $9.99 a month, or $99 dollars a year. So we'll say that again, the price is increasing. So if you can't pick up a founder's membership now, that is going to be the price. But if you're anyway interested and this is still going, go get a founder's membership, because that is not changing. That is being locked in for life for $4.99 a month, or $25 a year, and that is just for the founders, and that is forever. So if you are a founder, you stay on founders. If your account is in good, what's the terminology again?
Good standing.
Good standing. So that means you're not behind in payments and things like that. So if you're a Geforce Now Founders member, you have nothing to worry about this price increase. If you're not, try and jump in now if the offer's still live. If not, it's going to be $9.99 a month. Have you anything you want to add on to that?
I think coming back to what you said when you in your opening remarks there, there has been question for a number of weeks and months now how they're going to continue to deliver this service at the price point that we're at. Yes, we now have our answer. What I do want to kind of say is, whilst the price is going up, they've approached this in a very loyal manner, which is something that for me personally is pleasing, because clearly what they're saying is, if you want to come on board to our service now, here is the price, and you'll have all of those, you'll have all of the added features that in terms of priority access, extended, gaming sessions, RTX, DLSS in supported games. But if you're a founder, then what we actually want to say to you is, thank you very much for the fact that you've been a founder. There is a founder's benefit for life that is always going to be available to you. And the important thing that I think really resonates, from that is their viewpoint on that is, whether you've been with them a short time, whether you were with them for a long time, whether you intend to stay with them for a lifetime, they want founders to be part of that kind of family. And they really, really do appreciate people jumping in and kind of being members. And that's great to see. That's exactly the kind of approach that we would expect, from a company. Yes, we're going to have to increase it, but we're going to soften the blow by saying, do you know what? If you've jumped on board, you've supported, you get the benefit of that price of when you came in. And what better way to do it?
Yeah, and they did preface that this was for founders and it was going to be going up, and we knew this was coming. It has now came. They did say this. So yes, it is disappointing news that the price is going up, but they are softening the blow if you're a founders member, and it will not affect you if your account is in good standing. Okay, then. Are we ready?
We strap ourselves in. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. So we will start it off. We are going to say Geforce Now is rapidly approaching 10 million members, and that is just phenomenal. They are now mentioning 10 million, and it was only a couple of months ago when they were mentioning 6 million. Geforce Now seems to be absolutely rocketing at this moment in time, and they're coming up until that massive user base, if you want to say, of 10 million users. What again? We're trying to keep this short. We just want this to be a nice blitz for everybody, but it's just so much to talk about. What this means is, the higher your user base, the easier it is to get games onto the service. So if they're approaching that, that is going to start pricking the ears of some of the providers who are not on GFN.
Yeah, I mean, that as a trajectory of growth, for a subscription service is enormous. And the fact that they're coming up on that milestone and they seem to be rapidly approaching it in quick succession from the others kind of shows. I think that cloud gaming in the generic landscape is kind of the interest in it, the adoption of it is slowly starting to pick up in certain areas. Maybe not all of it, all the areas of cloud gaming, but what we are actually seeing is people's interest is peaked, and people are taking advantage of it. Undoubtedly, as we know, there are millions of people out there who may be running old PCs that can no longer run some of these latest titles, and GFN is providing that way for them to do it at a relatively, in my opinion, reasonable cost on a monthly basis. As a founding member right now, but even relatively speaking, looking at what they're offering, also under this new premium offering that they've got going on, from today onwards.
Yeah, again, we'll try and rattle through this a wee bit here, because we want everybody to come back and have a discussion with us later on today. And also, if you want to actually see all the details, if you check out Cloudy for Chance Games, we have the article linked below, I'm hoping, because we're obviously recording this beforehand. And you can find out all the facts and figures about that as well. What you will notice today is, have a wee look at that bad boy. Your client has updated. What does this mean for people? Well, we do have some news about that. And basically, they are updating their client and they are adding adaptive VSync technology to Geforce Now. And again, I've skipped over things here. There's just so much they're doing. What they're actually going to be doing with the VSync is they are the feature synchronizes frame rates of 60 60 hertz server side to match the display client side, reducing stutter and latency on supported games. A new adaptive dejitter technology will enable us to increase bit rates for improved quality over choppy networks too. So what does that mean? It should be less laggy, and if your network drops quality, it should improve things as well.
Yeah, I mean, just very quickly touching on that, I think the bit that jumps out for me in terms of kind of understanding that, some of the workings of that, the dejitter technology, in my mind is kind of, it's a bit of a game changer. Whilst people are kind of up in their their internet connections, it's madness. And I think if we look at jitter very, very briefly, to kind of put it into a very simplistic terms, if you imagine going to a restaurant and kind of ordering your starter, your main, and your dinner, and what happens is your dessert turns up before your starter and your main turns up before your starter and that sort of stuff. It's all about that kind of transmission of data kind of arriving in the wrong order. So the fact that they're kind of putting something in there to actually kind of adapt to that and account for it within connections that are less stable, is a great thing, and it's showing a real commitment to improving cloud gaming.
Yep. Again, I just skipped over a wee bit I was meant to say before we actually started that. As Geforce Now continues to grow, we're working to improve streaming quality and ease of use and to add more games. So they're looking to increase the stream quality as well. Okay, speaking of ease of use, I'm just going to read out the statements which they've provided us here because it's just easier so you get the actual wording of it. We're also passionate about making Geforce Now easier to use, including updates that get members into games even faster. The first phase of these improvements includes account linking for key games on the platform, coming in the next 1 or 2 months, as well as updates to game pre-loading that should cut load times by half. One of Geforce Now's biggest criticisms, or one of the criticisms of Geforce Now, was how long it actually took into games. We're not talking it took about 6 years. You go and get a cup of tea and then come back. It was a reasonable amount of time, but they're actually looking to reduce that even further, which is absolutely great to hear.
Yep, clearly paying attention to their audience, paying attention to the subscriber base, and making a commitment to kind of make those things good. Again, another kind of positive reinforcement that the gaming community is being listened to. So that's really, really positive to see. Do you want me to pick the next one up?
I was just going to add in another part of that was getting into key games faster as well for the account linking. So that maybe will jump down a couple of steps what people have when they're loading into games. So that is also a welcome change as well.
Yes, definitely. My fingers are crossed for the obvious one being Ubisoft. Whenever I play an Ubisoft title on Geforce Now, having to log in every time on top of my two-factor authentication can be a bit of a pain. So if they can make that process easier, then great. And that's the one that I'll be hoping to see improved, probably in those next month or two. Running on to the next one, in addition to kind of all of that other stuff that we've spoken about, they are adding capacity in their busiest data centers, along with new server locations. And next up in that server location is Phoenix, Arizona. And then they are also, and wait for this one, they are having their first data center in Canada, which is going to be located in Montreal, following the opening of the Phoenix one in Arizona. Both of those data centers, they expect to be operational later this year. And of course, it goes without saying that the main aim is obviously to reduce wait times for priority and founding members when they are trying to get a rig, to get their gaming on. Any thoughts on that one, Duncan?
Yes, brilliant. More data centers are always welcome. And what is more important, as we have seen since Cyberpunk went on to Geforce Now, there has been a lot of complaints about waiting times on both free tiers and on the paid tiers. For me personally, I haven't really seen many on the paid tiers. I've seen them when Cyberpunk launched, but from them, I can't even remember the last time I had one. But I do know this has been an annoyance for people as well on Geforce Now, and they are adding capacity. Again, this is what you're wanting to hear. So let's just go through this. 10 million users are improving the stream quality. They are making things quicker. They're adding capacity to the busiest ones. And we're still not done.
No, we're still not done.
We're still not done. What they are also announcing today as well, there has been no confirmation where it is. They are expanding into new territories soon. So this... Again, that basically means new countries. There's 2 countries, and no matter what cloud gaming service I say, I talk about the 2 countries which I want cloud gaming to hit are India and Brazil, because I think they are going to be key markets, and I really hope that they hit them 2 markets pretty soon. Okay.
Yep.
Believe it or not, we are coming to the end now. We're going to be talking about the games, and as it's going to sound bad, we're going to skim over the games basically, because I think I'm telling you now, there's cracking games here, but they've known to just maybe play that. So I just stole your thunder because you're the one who actually said that. The fact there's only 7 games being launched on Geforce Now this week. and it is Do Not Feed the Monkeys on Steam, Gunner on Steam, Loop Hero on the Epic Game Store. That is a game which is taking off. It's already on GeForce Now, but this is just giving another option to play on it. We have Monopoly Plus on Steam, Snooker 19 on Steam, a really good game in System Shock Enhanced Edition on Steam, and oh my goodness, Wham Bam Warriors on Steam as well. Absolutely brilliant news. More games coming. 7 games. You can never knock the games coming. And believe it or not, I know there'll be people saying these games are pretty weak this week. For me, there's 2 star games that are in System Shock Enhanced Edition and the Hero. Again, I know it's already on, but it's just giving them the other option on Epic. Do you want to touch on the games, or are you happy enough?
I think you've kind of in the terms of what we're trying to achieve with being kind of relatively quick here, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. There's a couple of standout games, but for obvious reasons, I think the news this week will be about other developments on the platform and not necessarily about the games. So yeah.
And we will just leave you with this. We will be talking about this at straight after the Square Enix conference, which is on today. Again, we love people's interaction with that, because I think this is going to be a massive talking point tomorrow. So we'll be coming on there, and we would love to hear everybody's opinion. But we will leave that with this. This is GeForce Now statement at the end. And it is. Do you want to say it, Barry?
Yeah, why not? I'll take it away. So the statement that they've ended this with is new memberships, improved streaming, more games. GeForce Now Year 2 is just getting started.
What can you say to that?
It says it all.
Absolutely brilliant. So we hope to see you later, and we do this every Thursday, and we will see you on the next one. And remember to hit like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Well, we were meant to say at the very beginning. So see you later, and have a good one, everybody.
Bye.